Hello, welcome back to Aether. This is Satomi and Paul from sakasa.ca. So, beautiful sunny day here in BC.
Easter Sunday.
Yeah, Easter Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cold here, but it doesn't seem like spring.
This week has been chilly.
It's cold.
Yeah, it got nice and warm for a little spell there. Got our hopes up that winter, is done, but then right back into cold.
Yeah, hail, rain,
Mm-hmm.
sun, and hail again, and
Mhm.
rain again, and wind.
Mm-hmm.
So much wind and cold.
Yeah, well, this is not like we're not buried in snow or something, so we can't
Yeah,
complain.
we shouldn't complain.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if we look at the interior.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Winnipeg,
they still have snow.
Manitoba.
We don't have snow, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But still cold.
Mhm.
Cold for me. It's not spring in BC. It's supposed to be warmer in BC. Warmer than anywhere else.
Send your complaints up to the upstairs.
Anyway, so yeah, thank you for coming back. Today, so like we're starting complaining about weather.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of
Perfect for this.
instead of complaining, today is we're sharing tips that
Oh my God.
we can use.
Mhm.
Tips to enjoy your day. Simple tips. And
Number one,
yeah.
don't complain about the weather.
Yes, so that's what we're doing.
Too
and,
funny.
yeah, we get bad days.
Mm.
We get negative feelings and
Mhm.
irritated, upset. Right? Not every day is a fun day, a happy day,
Mhm.
and that's okay, right?
Mhm.
It's okay. We can have bad days and have bad feelings. That's okay. But instead of staying there, let's get out of there, so we can start having a better day and happier, fun day, right?
Mhm.
So we're sharing the tips to get out of those negative feelings, and so we can start having fun,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you might see, like even like law of attraction stuff, where you're supposed to have positive thoughts and things like that.
Yeah.
And this is basically about shifting perspective in this episode.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out that it shouldn't be like putting so much work and energy and worry into always being positive, right? Or that it is. The more you work with subconscious reprogramming, right, the less you end up spending time and energy with your conscious mind always thinking, oh, I got to be positive, or anything like that, or any kind of work, any kind of trying, right? So if you catch yourself with the trying, it's an indication that you're working against subconscious programming. And that's what I've experienced over my healing process. I can tell you for sure that the harder your life seems, the harder the more energy it takes and more effort it takes in order to have positivity or enjoyment of any kind, of any day, of a moment or an hour or a day, for goodness sake, then that speaks to subconscious programs, right? That's what's going on there. And we can, our program, Psychoso, is specifically designed to shift those, right? And that's what I mean by the healing process that I've gone through. I've applied that, and I've taken those negative subconscious programs and shifted them into positive ones, the ones that empower me, right? And as I do that, I'm letting go of stuff that I'm fighting the battle all the time, right? I'm fighting and trying and working so hard at trying to achieve an outcome that I want, right? An enjoyable day, all that kind of enjoyable life.
Because it's a habit.
It's a habit, yeah.
So subconscious. It's like driving. when you first start to drive, learn how to drive, you have to consciously, okay, I'm putting the key into here and I'm turning first, right? Or am I having a foot on the brake? Or, oh, I should adjust the mirror and I adjust this and check everything and then start the engine. And then now what? I'm gonna put a little bit gas. Oh, and then
it's a whole lot of mechanics
Yeah.
to absorb and know what to do when. Right?
And then everything you doing it with your conscious mind.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I have to do this, I have to do this. And now what's next? Right? And then when you're driving, I gotta check here, I got a shoulder check. You're constantly reminding yourself what to do consciously, right? You have to think, right? And then you practice every day, and then it becomes less, and your body remembers without you thinking, what's next? Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, right? Because you're creating a habit, which means your subconscious mind is learning what to do, right? And then it's the same thing, enjoying your day or doing any kinds of things. It's you create habit, and the subconscious mind learn, oh, this is what you want to do, this is how you want to
you learn a new normal.
Yeah.
Right. Whenever you shift a subconscious program, your normal changes. What you thought was normal before is now a different thing. And that's what's hard to convey to people for them to understand is the normal that they are used to, what the way that they're used to being is normal just for them. It's not normal for everybody. And other people have a different collection. Maybe there's some similarity, or probably maybe a lot of similarity to the collection of subconscious programs that they carry that define their normal, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's happening is that is your normal changes. So that's what you're saying, right? Is just your when you get out of bed in the morning, you brush your teeth, right? You start your day. How do you feel? You can do a check, right? If you feel if you're like grinding over negative stuff and you feel like, oh my God, here I go again, right? I'm already exhausted and I hate my day and I hate my job and I hate my life and I can't stand that person who's always calling me and telling me their story, as if they've got the worst life in the world. If that's the way you're thinking at that point in your day, that is clearly negative subconscious programming that's unnormal for you. It doesn't need to be that way, right? And that's what our healing program is all about, is switching those programs out into a different normal, right? Now, all that being said, there are ways to train, there's other ways to shift those subconscious programs. And that's what we offer in a lot of the stuff that we provide to people. There are habit changes that you can make that doesn't require anything special being done, but it does require self-discipline, right? Now that doesn't, and when I say that, for me, I'm like a textbook case. When I hear it requires self-discipline, okay, I'm on it. I'm going to go try like crazy, and that's actually that's a different problem of mine. Always trying too hard with stuff. But that's a different normal for me that gets in my own way. But but there's still, like, even just having little tips like we're going to offer today can provide a way of adjusting your habit. So that if you do catch yourself, right, you're about to get into your car to go to work, and you got all this negative stuff you're carrying, you might catch it if you're just if you do your best to be aware, self-check, and then just a step back from yourself a little bit, notice that you're in that space, then you can use some of the tricks
Yeah.
we'll share today, or you can go onto our YouTube, our YouTube channel, right, or onto our website. We have loads of stuff for you, right? Loads
So
of tricks.
it's like a breaking habit, your habit, right?
Yeah.
So in a way, like your subconscious mind in control, that system is control, and then this is the way it goes. This is the way that today goes, right? It's just doing the thing, right? You just messing it up. Right? No, this is not the way, right? I'm gonna do this, right?
Yes.
Right?
And
then
you're so good at that. Like that's something that I've learned from you. In my life, I'm like Mr. Rut guy, right? I'll get into that rut and I'll stay in that rut. But you are so good at avoiding ruts, and you're doing what you're saying, you'll mix it up, and you do things differently on your every Tuesday and Thursday than you do on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
You want to be this way? I'm gonna mess it up.
Yes, exactly.
How's this? Take that.
So with that, I'll let you mess that up.
So yeah, we have 4 tips or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they blend into each other. It's sometimes hard to separate. So
yeah. So the first one, which one's first one?
Well, let's go with this one. I think this is one way of describing it.
Yeah.
But we have a video for this one as well. It's a totally different name.
Yeah, subconscious mind.
Celebrate shift. Shift your subconscious mind by celebrating, or something like that.
Something like that. We don't have that perfect title in.
That was awesome research on my part to get that title.
Subconscious reprogramming or something.
Yeah.
We have lots of those, so which one? But maybe we can put it in a description so you guys can find it. So I did this much instead of I didn't finish. So this is lots of people, lots of us look at the tasks, job that we want to do this today, right? At the end of the day, I didn't finish it, right? We have, let's say you have 10 things in a to-do list for today. You did 8, you didn't do 2, and you are like, I didn't do those 2. And then you're looking at those 2, and then you are discrediting yourself. Is that the word? Right? And then, but the thing is, you did 8. 8 out of 10, right? It's pretty good. And then let's look at those ones and say, yeah, I did this, right? Instead of, I didn't finish all the list. And then you are making yourself failure instantly, right? And then that's, you're not good enough, you didn't work hard, all those negative things, and then you're beating yourself up, right? And that doesn't help for you to have a good day, fun day. So look at what you did. It doesn't change anything, right? The outcome doesn't change anything. Look at what you did, and yay, I did this much, right? And then at least you feel good.
So what's an example?
Example, I don't know. I can say extreme example that I was doing for myself when I was in a dark time, right?
I mean, when you, just so that people understand what that is, you opened up, your psychic ability just blew open, and you were overwhelmed, receiving too many messages, and you couldn't function, and you were pushed way down low.
I was in a dark place, and it was.
That was probably maybe the roughest time in your life.
Yeah, I had some
one of them.
Rough time, but that was extreme. I had no idea how to get out of that space. Other ones, the rough one, like some people passed away, those everybody experienced that. It's hard, right? But I moved on, right? This one, I couldn't see the light. I couldn't see the light, really, and it was so dark. And so I was pretty dysfunctional, right? Couldn't do anything and didn't want to get up in the morning. And I could beat myself up easily because I'm not doing much, right? 10 things on the to-do list. I didn't want to even look at the to-do list. I just wanted to hide in bed, right? And or run away. So I have so many things that I could say I didn't do this, I couldn't do this. I like all day I could go into that space, but instead, okay, this is not helping. So I'm gonna say, hey, I woke up. Right? I might have not getting out of bed. Still, I was maybe still in bed.
So to be clear, what you're saying there, I think, is that you are recognizing that you accomplished something by waking up.
Yeah, waking up, I'm awake. I'm still in bed, but I'm awake. I'm still alive, right?
Which was
that
was an accomplishment.
Yeah,
at that
that
point,
was
for sure.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
Right. So even that, and I was doing it every day. Nobody gave me this as a accomplishment, right? Because everybody expect more, right?
Well, who's gonna make that an accomplishment, right?
No,
Nobody
nobody.
does.
So I had to
Yeah.
do it for myself
Yeah.
because nobody else gave me,
Yeah.
hey, good job, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I knew I have to be the one who had to do it for myself, right? So I did it. I took that job seriously. Okay, I didn't do anything else, but I got up, right? And that has to be a big deal.
So that's just waking up. You're still in bed. Did you also do it when you got out of bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got up, right? I'm brushing my teeth.
So this you can do this obviously when you are at your lowest point you can possibly be, right?
Yeah.
So it's a question whether you're going to be alive or not, and you are you're recognizing yourself and considering it an accomplishment and giving yourself a thumbs up when you simply wake up. And simply when you get out of bed.
Yeah, give yourself credit doing that.
So what can I ask then, what was the difference it made to you when you did that? Like, if you're able to go back in that space a little bit, just to remember. So the difference between not recognizing and recognizing, what's the difference in how it felt to
if
you?
I didn't recognize, if I didn't do it, I'm just creating more pain in me.
So you just wake up and you're in pain.
Like I would feel lowest, but finding new lowest, right? Even go lower and more pain and harder to get out of.
And you're walking the edge already. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I was at the bottom, and then if I didn't do it every day, I go the new bottom, right? Lower and lower. So okay, this is not helping, and then I'm gonna do something. And then I knew I was feeling bad about not doing anything, right? So at least I'm not gonna feel bad. I'm gonna, how can I say? I'm just gonna accept, right, and surrender. I'm gonna accept, and this is who I am right now. And then I I don't want to do anything, and trying to do something it's gonna create more pain, right? I don't want to create pain. What I can do best, not creating any more pain, is staying here, right? And then I'm doing it for myself. Nobody appreciates it, but I know I don't want to take any more pain, and I'm gonna stay here, right? And I'm doing it for myself, and that's what I have to think. It's kind of like in a way, justifying myself. It sounds bad, but accepting, right? Accepting myself.
I think so. To me, I think just the way I'm a guy. Everything's in separate boxes for me. But to me, it sounds like that's a little bit different thing. That you're talking about just surrender and acceptance. Some people talk about that. To me, that's a separate thing, and I think we could actually do a whole episode on that because that's a very big deal.
Okay.
But then on top of that, you're saying so that's something else that happened. We'll come back to that in another episode. But after you've accepted and surrendered to the situation, you are then employing this tool to recognize and give yourself some appreciation for the little things. Is what we're talking about here. So the things that
something you did.
Yeah, something that in many cases you can apply it to a major accomplishment. Sure, right? You know, if you manage to make a big sale, right? And you're a salesperson, right? And that's a major accomplishment, then you can certainly apply it to that. But we're also saying you can apply it to the little things in life, right? So what you're saying is you applied it to just waking up and just getting out of bed. You got a comment here, someone. So celebrate the small steps to create momentum to accepting change. Margaret, that's exactly right. I mean, you took it right out of my mouth there.
Yeah. So
thank you for that comment.
Really,
that's exactly
really
right.
powerful. Like I'm just sharing that when I was at the lowest, right? You don't have to wait till you're at the lowest. You can do it every day. We have a video, bedtime meditation, very short meditation. It's in there too, because I want to feed here and there same idea. Sneak this idea in there in this video, right? So bedtime meditation, we have that same celebrate thing, counting what you did instead of what you didn't do.
Yes.
Because it's the habit, negative habit that we learn, right? Throughout years, school years, and all those things. Hey, you did let's look at that, the marks on the test, right? Teacher marks where you got it wrong, only where you got it wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Like
sometimes they also mark it right, but I get the point.
Right?
Yeah.
And so you
get the most red on your most red ink on your work when it requires correction, right?
Yeah. So your focus goes into what you did it wrong or what you didn't do. Those, right? So we are all trained to focus on the part that's not accomplished.
Yes.
Right. So it's natural and normal to be that way.
And I used to do that with our work that we did together, right? And that was really hard on you because we would be working on a video or something, right? And I'm trying to, and you're coming up with some an animation to put in or something like that. Or I remember there was a big conversation about fonts and things like that, right? Some people can deal with and like all the different types of fonts and everything. To me, it is like, whoa. oh my God, right? I'm just weird about that's just me being weird. And you were using so many different kinds of fonts. That's what it was about.
It's
mostly.
not like he make it sound like I'm going crazy all over. No, it's just slightly different. Maybe if I'm using 2 different fonts in 10 minutes video, he's complaining. That's what he's talking about. It's not like that 20 different fonts here and there popping up everywhere. No, but anyway.
So, in other words, I was focusing on the negative, right? And so that was definitely an issue, and that's a habit of mine. And you're saying it's kind of a norm for people to do that, and I agree, right? Like for me, like I'm very hard on myself because I do what you said. I create that list of 10 things that I want to accomplish for the day, right? And that's kind of like, even if it's not written down, I kind of have it in front of me. And then I start going through the day and doing all my stuff, working so hard. And if something happens to make one, job 3, task 3 harder than I thought, or just simply take longer, and I don't get to, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then I get really frustrated, and I'm really down on myself about it. And it's not a very, I mean, if you step back, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, right?
It doesn't change.
It doesn't change anything. It doesn't help that I'm
It's
frustrated.
it doesn't change in a work.
Yeah.
How much work your work is done, right?
Yeah.
It changes in you.
Yeah.
You are just feeling negative and upset.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only difference. Right? So you getting frustrated, and then the work is just magically getting done by you being frustrated. No, it's gonna stay there, right? And then
there's a quote from Edison, right? The famous inventor. He's like, somebody criticized him by saying, so you did like, you had 10 or 1,000 different failed experiments or something like that. And he said, no, I successfully tested that it didn't work with that approach, right? For 1,000 times, right? Until he finally got the right elements to use for a light bulb, right? So I could be, if I shifted my perspective on job 3, task 3 for the day, I could say, I successfully figured out it didn't work the way I wanted it to in the first place. Then I successfully adjusted, shifted gears. I successfully didn't get upset or frustrated. I successly came up with a different idea on how to solve the problem, right? Maybe I'm trying to
lots of successes.
Exactly. Like I'll set myself the task of fixing the sink, right, for the day, right? How many times do you think, oh yeah, it's just a matter of this, right? But then 3 or 4 trips down to the hardware store later, right? Because you go back for that one item, and right, and then you come back and it still doesn't work, right? And it's like, so it's like, how do you look at it? How do you treat that situation? And that's what we're talking about, is that how that makes a huge difference to how you regard your day, how you feel about your day, how you feel every day, right?
So one first tip is count what you did instead of what you didn't, right? It's, just catch yourself when you think, oh, I didn't finish it, right? And then just switch. This is the subconscious mind talking to you. Oh, you didn't finish this, right? And then you censor that subconscious mind coming up, and you just mess it. No. This is not what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna instead count what I did. Hey, subconscious mind, are you listening? I did this, right? That's what you want to do.
So I need a little Satomi in my head to do that, to mess it up, because I'd have that strong habit, right? It's like, this is frustrating. It didn't work. I didn't finish the job, right? I wanted to, but I didn't finish the job, right? So I have improved, I think, quite a bit in how we work together. For example, I brought up that example about the fonts, right? I, instead of just coming and saying, no, I don't like this and this one, and you know, that kind of thing. Instead of coming and saying no, 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 right? When we work together, I have a very different way of speaking now, right? What do I say instead?
I haven't done that for a while, so I don't know what you have right now, but you just let me do it and just trust. Yeah. And like I was saying, what you like, some people would like the same way you are wanting the video, right? But how many people do you know? How many people out there have exactly the same view of you? And
Well, everybody should have the same view as me, right? Things would work so much better. So much better.
And how many people, how I feel the same way, and that's how many people feel in the same way and enjoy the same font that I'm using, right?
Yeah.
Here it's 50-50, right? And out there, if we split clearly, then 50-50. We don't know. We never analyze anything, right? But so if it's 50-50, 50% of people are liking it. And if I'm in it, I'm in the video and I'm talking, I want to create my image by font, right? So those kind of things. So I eventually convinced him. But anyway, so it's easier now. Anyway, so
So
next one.
yeah, maybe we'll switch to the next one.
Yeah.
I think people get the idea here on this one. So let's go to this one. Say this is fun.
This is fun. So this is like simple another way that you are messing it up, the system, the subconscious mind system, right? Because this is not fun. I don't like this. I hate this job, right? Those are coming without you trying to feel that way or trying to think that way. It just comes up, right? Because it's subconscious mind. It's automatically feeding you that feeling, right?
Yeah.
And when it comes up, you're just gonna rewrite right away, right? Or before it comes up, you're gonna rewrite, hey, this is fun, right? Doesn't matter you don't like it, how you feel, you're just gonna say it out loud. This is fun.
So
this is fun.
Just to be clear
just
here.
Like a game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like a game.
Yeah.
So to be clear, you're treating it as a game, as and there's some of that fake it until you make it kind of thing. That's what you mean by this one?
You can do it that way and then try it for a day, right? And then just say, this is fun. This is fun, right? Having tea. That was fun, right? And just find opportunity to say, oh, this is fun. No, that was fun. Just as many times as you can. Just find it and then do it and say it out loud and see what happens, how you feel at the end of the day.
So I just wanted to ask, do you have I think that this would work well if you're not too heavy, right?
Yeah,
if you have a very heavy feeling in you, it might be sarcastic
it might be
right?
hard. Like if I go back to like earlier story I was sharing when I was in dark, I wouldn't feel like I want to say this is fun, right? It's so if you are feeling that deep in the dark, and then no energy, nothing left, then this might not work.
Yeah.
But,
So not every tool is appropriate in every situation.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So this, I think this one is better for when you're kind of in the more neutral zone and you want to feel better, rather than
little bit
dark.
lower,
Yeah.
that you can bring yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
you will know when to use it, right? But if you want to play a game against yourself, against your subconscious mind, and with yourself, right? Just try this one. This is fun, right?
So are you not thinking about it too much? Is that
don't think that you don't need to. I'm not saying like you have to feel fun, right? You have to do this. You're just saying it. You just say it. Don't think about it too much. You just say it, right? And then you just click enter. Right, this is fun. I did something to.
What did you do?
I don't know. I just went, maybe it's nothing to the. Yeah, that was fun, right? And just sitting in the couch, you just sit in. Hey, this is fun, right?
We're hanging out. This is fun.
This is fun. Yeah. Or anything, something negative, right? What would be the situation?
I don't know. Maybe they're out of any of your favorite cereal at the grocery store, right? Maybe you're shopping, right? And you're like, what?
Yeah.
So like you're looking for a specific item, like maybe your favorite cereal or something like that, and they're out, right? And
this is fun. It's out.
So what would you do?
Just say, oh, this is fun.
So would you select maybe it's an opportunity to try a different one? Is that what you're saying as well?
Sure.
Yeah.
Or
different flavor?
Yeah. I'm not going in deep what you do. This is just simply the phrase. Use this phrase.
Okay.
This is fun. Whenever you can find it.
Okay.
Find it. So it's like there's lots of different things you can do.
Okay, so you're looking at the blank slot on the shelves where your cereal normally is at the store. It's blank, and you say, "Oh, this is fun," and you go right on to the next thing, which is like, maybe I'll try a different one. Oh, looking for a different one. This is fun. So then you start looking around. Well, this one, maybe okay. This is fun, and you put it in your cart, and you go. That's what you mean, right?
Whatever you do.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Just use this phrase. This is fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and that's programming yourself to, like you're saying, to mix it up, to kind
mix it up, messing it up.
Instead of, because you would normally go down the track,
like,
my old normal would be like, oh, this is so, I should have known you're out again, right?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And then like I might have to go to another grocery store and get
and
it.
I don't want to go, and I don't have time, and what I'm going to do, but I have to have that thing for today's dinner.
Yeah, so that's a very different track to go down. And what you're saying is confuse that and just be light.
Yeah, and
right?
This is fun. You might be
have a little game you're playing.
Yeah, you might be still going to another store, but you are just saying this is fun. Right? You don't have
even if you do go to the store.
And then you don't have to completely feel the fun. So that's not what I'm talking about. Just say it. Just say it and see what happens and how you feel at the end of the day. Do you feel any difference? Right?
What I would say is, as well, it's kind of like maybe I'm kind of imagining myself in that situation, kind of old me. If I'm sort of building this, if I'm like, as I'm doing this, if I'm feeling a building resentment towards it, do you know what I mean? It's like, this is fun. Yeah, it's like I'm still getting mad. I'm just kind of pushing it down, pushing the anger down. And it's just building this resentment. If that's what's happening, then that's not the way it's supposed to be done, right? And try something different, or adjust the way you're doing it, because because I would say that what's going on is that you're doing two things. You are playing the game, but you're also deciding, I'm still gonna play my old game of being angry and resentful, right? So you're actually doing both.
Yeah, you're not open to this
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
So.
You're not really doing it. You're not doing this game instead of being angry. You're also being angry and trying to paper it over and push it down with this game. So I would say that's not going to work.
Yeah,
like that.
to prove that this not gonna work.
Yeah, that would be a way of proving it doesn't work. Because
then yeah.
Because really what you're doing there is you're actually forcing your old game, your old way of doing things, and into it, no matter what, right? Because that's the real game that's going on underneath. So yeah.
But
But I love the approach. Yeah.
Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Don't think about it. Just say it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you want to go to the next one here?
Sure.
Okay.
So the next one is hold gratitude for situation you're in. So this is like sometimes you know something is coming up and something that you are not really looking forward to, right? Or maybe you're nervous because you don't know how the outcome's gonna turn out. Then just have gratitude for any situation that you are having, and then letting go of the outcome. You are just open for any learning opportunity, right? So
okay,
that's the gratitude. Thank you very much, right? And like somebody's visiting your family dinner, and then one of your family member, you had a big argument last time you saw, and then you're not feeling really good about having dinner together, right? And I don't want him to come over, right? But just hold the gratitude for this situation, that whatever that universe is bringing and God bringing, there's a reason, and then the reason for me to the opportunity for me to learn something is there, and then just we don't know what, right, at this point, but just grateful for the learning opportunity that you are receiving, right? And that's
a fundamental shift for many people, I would say, for myself included, from when I was younger, for sure.
So this is a little more serious than
I would say so. Yeah, this is a kind of a big deal, where you're instead of looking at the situation as being one where you want it to go the way you want, you're surrendering control, right? So you are allowing the situation to go wherever it goes, and being great, and then deciding to be grateful for it, whatever that is. That's for someone who has had PTSD for most of their early life. That would have been a really big accomplishment. I'll just say that, to get to that point, because PTSD creates tremendous anxiety, which leads to a tremendous desire for control in the situation, because you don't feel safe, right? If you don't feel safe, you always feel the need to control and make it safe, right? Or just other people just want things the way they want them, right? For other reasons, maybe it's not PTSD, right? So this could be a big shift for some people, Do you think that this would be something that they want to try, or is there something that would help them make that shift? Do you feel?
What do you mean by?
So for me, if this was me, if you suggested that I do this, and I was younger me, I could try the exercise, but it would be a little bit similar to what we were just talking about, where, you know, I'd be saying this is fun, but I'm still going to be angry, right? It'd be kind of like that, where I'm saying, oh, I'm going to be grateful for this, but I don't really know what that means. I don't really know how to be in a space that's accepting and not trying to control, because that was my norm, was always trying to control the situation.
Yeah, but you cannot control a situation.
Yeah, that's true.
So what are you trying to control?
But well, that's what I'm saying. That's PTSD, right? That's anxiety for
So
any
if
reason.
you
That's
know
what
you
people
cannot
do.
control.
There's no logic to it.
if you know that you cannot control, and then you know that from experience, right? But today is a new day. Repetition happens, right? This is the pattern with that person and or this situation, and then this is how it's been. But if you are expecting that, you are inviting that to happen, right?
So if I'm expecting a bad outcome, if I'm
You
worried,
already-
if I'm worried about a bad outcome,
already-
or if expecting it,
Yeah, you already wrote that story till the
okay,
end,
yeah.
right?
So, okay, how do I get to the point where I can be grateful for that and allow it to go where I want it to go?
So
Where,
like
sorry,
you can,
where allow it to go wherever it goes.
so it can, again, we can go deep, right? And we're not gonna go so deep. We can go deep, and every person is different, right? So something that you can do it, and then to test it, and then if it's not working, we can go deep. But as for some people this would work, right? And for some people need more work, and one who can just do this and will help to enjoy their lives is simply just be open for the new day. And then there is things happening for us to learn, to grow, and that's fundamental. Something is happening, and then because we can learn and grow from it every step we take.
Well, I know that's true now, right? And I would have agreed with that principle probably in the past, but I wouldn't know how to truly work with this, I don't think. And when I was traumatized, right?
So then if this doesn't work, like I said,
just use a different technique.
Deeper.
Got to go deeper with a different technique. Yeah. But if you're not, if you're not traumatized, if you don't need to control the situation, then you can use this, because not everybody's traumatized, right? So for those folks, you got to use the right technique for the right situation.
Yeah. So this this really.
But what you're saying is still deep, right? If you're
deep.
allowing,
it's fundamental.
It is, right? If you're allowing the situation to evolve, right, without trying to control it, without tying your happiness to a certain outcome, then you are kind of free, right, to enjoy it for what it is, whatever it is, and go with it, right? And it's beautiful. I love that. there's a lot to be grateful for just in that by itself. Because I never would have been able to do that growing up, right? But yeah, so I think that's a very, very deep and beautiful thing.
And if you haven't look at things this way, just do it and see what happens, right? If you've tried it before and not working at all, you might want to go deeper. But then that's like 5 years ago you tried and didn't work. It's good idea to do it again, and something might be different. Right? Just do it and send gratitude and see what happens. You're doing it for yourself, for nobody else. You're doing it for yourself, right? So, and it's free. You can just do it anywhere, and you just helping yourself, right?
So would it be fair to say it's all you could describe it this way too, from what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. And then gratitude is the powerful part. For me, that's how where power comes. Sending gratitude, and thank you very much for this opportunity for me to learn. Right, and that's how personally I feel power, and then I can let go of outcome, and I can go with the flow.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So this doesn't also just to help with the understanding. I guess what I'm taking from this is it doesn't mean that you can't be applying yourself in some way in the situation. So in other words, let's say you're working, right? You're obviously working with some outcome that your manager or your boss is looking for, right? They want you to produce X amount of something, right? So you're still doing things.
Yeah, there's a goal.
Yeah,
sure.
But if it doesn't go according to plan, you just go with that, is what you're saying. So it's similar to actually the first one we talked about, right?
Yeah. It's all related. It's all connected, right?
Yeah.
Just different stages.
Yeah.
The first one I did it. It's the end of the day or something, right?
So we're talking about this one right here. I did this much, right?
Yeah, and then the last one we were just talking about hold gratitude. This is more like before or during it's happening.
Okay, gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So I do this one before every session. Some gratitude to client, and then I had some experience like that I felt like that the session didn't go well. I feel bad. I feel like I feel doubt. I'm not good enough. I can beat myself up easily, right? But by doing this, magic happens. I don't know it's magic, but doing this, I'm more open, and I think I'm bringing my authentic self out by doing this. I'm just being grateful, and then I'm not controlling. I'm letting the universe control. I'm sending gratitude to the universe that for this opportunity, and I have faith, and then I'm not like, I have to be this way, that way, I gotta do this, that outcome and agenda expectation goes away, and I can just be me. And when I can be me, that's like I'm filled with love and light and power, and so does that make sense?
It perfectly, it absolutely does make sense. It's a beautiful thing you're saying there. So thank you for your comments. That's amazing. We do have more tips, but I think given our timeline, we can make another episode
Okay.
and continue with this. You know, we were talking earlier about how the subconscious mind is a major part of this, right? And your normal, right? What is your normal? And what's taking you down tends to take you down the course of focusing on negative thoughts or just having, you know, being upset and maybe resentful when things aren't going the way you want them. The need for control, like I mentioned that, right? So if you're traumatized and you feel the need to control the situation in order to try to be safe, all of those things, that's all subconscious mind at work, right? And it's driving you towards those behaviors that are not leading to happiness, right? None of that stuff. So people wonder how to be happy, right? That's the kind of things that are in the way. That's what's standing between each of us and happiness, enjoying our lives. And it's also what's standing between that by being negative and resentful and trying to control and traumatize and all that kind of stuff. All those things create physical ill health problems too, right? They create illness, right? By always being negative. People probably intuitively understand that, but all of those things you can address them by if you just schedule a free life breakthrough with us. We can talk with you about those things. You can practice the things we're talking about in each of these shows and this one, these tips. In every one of our Aether shows or in our videos on our YouTube site, our YouTube channel, on our blog, on our website, any of those things will help. But if you're still running into issues, or if you want to just progress faster, because we do have programs that will allow you to move through those negative subconscious programs and remove them at a very efficient pace, right? To just take them out of the way, they're not an issue anymore, instead of banging your head against the wall, right? So there's different approaches, and there's no right answer. Everybody has their own way, but if you want to go a more efficient path, then just schedule a breakthrough session. And also there's our shop where you can check out. We've got some the muscle testing courses where you can test yourself. You can learn how to probe your own subconscious mind. It's basically using your own body basically as a lie detector to find subconscious programs that are in your way, that are preventing you from moving forward. And knowing your enemy, what it is like G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle, right? So that's a big step in order to get where you want to go. And by the time you watch this, we may have a bunch of other stuff up there. We have other courses we have planned. So check that out as well. And we will see you again next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern here on Aether. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This was fun.
Hey, we didn't finish, but we got this much. We had other ones planned, but we got this much. So we're doing it. Awesome.